Hi, my name is Polly and welcome to Lesson 1 in my quadratics website where I'm going to teach you how to factor quadratic expressions. And we're going to start in Lesson 1 with multiplying binomial factors. So here I have two binomial factors. Remember, anything that's multiplied together is a factor, and these are called binomials because each one of them has two terms. First, I'm going to distribute in the 5x and then the 7. And I know you normally do this in one step, but I'm showing you the intermediate step because it will become important when we learn how to factor. So if I distribute in the 5x times the 2x plus 3, I get 5x times 2x plus 5x times 3. And then I distribute in the plus 7 and I get 7 times 2x plus 7 times 3. Doing the multiplication within each term, I get 5 times 2 is 10, and x times x is x squared, plus 5 times 3, which is 15 times x, plus 7 times 2, which is 14x, plus 7 times 3, which is 21. Then I combine those two middle terms, which are like terms, and I get 10x squared plus 29x plus 21. Now some observations I can make are if I take that first 10, the number in front of the x squared, and I multiply it times the constant number at the end, 21, I get a number of 210. And that's the same number that I would get if I multiplied the 15 and the 14, those two middle terms. I also get 210. And this works every time when we're multiplying these types of binomials. The first two and the last number multiply to the same number as the middle two terms. And the middle two terms are important because when I add them together, I get that number that's in the 29x, the middle term of my final answer. These steps are important for when I want to work backwards and learn how to factor. So let's try multiplying x plus 4 times x minus 5. I distribute in the x, and I get x squared minus 5x, and then I distribute in the plus 4, and I get 4x minus 20. Combine the middle two terms, and I get x squared minus 1x minus 20. You notice I wrote the 1's in there. You don't have to, but I did that so that I'll remember there's a 1 in front of those terms. Let's make those observations again. Notice 1 times negative 20 is negative 20. And I think you can figure out now that negative 5 times 4, those two numbers in the middle, are also negative 20. And then negative 5 plus 4 are the two numbers that add up to become negative 1. So these are the observations that we're going to make as we go through multiplying binomials so that we can figure out a pattern and a way to factor quadratics that's simple and easy to do and works every time. So at this point, as long as you're following what's going on here, I would like for you to complete the practice problems for Lesson 1, and then you can look at the solutions and see I went through all the steps and I made the observations so that we can see the patterns. And I'll see you then in Lesson 2.